Hey guys, welcome back. Welcome back. If you are just joining us for the first time, this is Joe Bass, and this is becoming a pro bassist beginners level. So we have started off a great phase. If you have been with me from the beginning of this series, thumbs up to you. You are doing well, and I hope by now you have practiced a lot and your plugging fingers are working well. If you have not fully gotten it, I encourage you to keep trying. You get there. Don't give up. So, um, now we'll be exercising our fretting fingers. Our fretting fingers. Remember that from the last video, we exercised the plugging fingers, which is one of the most important techniques. Now, because most times, as I said in one of the early sessions, one of the early episodes of this particular um, of this series, I said something that pro bassists, legendary bassists, don't think of how to play. They just they just think of playing. They just want to play, so they don't think of how to play. Now, this is where this comes from. I said I was going to explain it later on, and this is where I'm going to explain it. Now, once your fretting fingers and your plugging fingers are fully functional, once you have exercised them and developed them to the point that you have mastered the technique of plugging and fretting the board and fretting the strings, now you don't need to think of how am I going to plug this particular string to play. Maybe I'm let's sorry, let me give an illustration. Let's say I'm playing um 1 1 4 5 4. I'm going to explain the number system in upcoming videos, so make sure that you are subscribed and you have clicked on the notification button, so when I drop it you'll be aware of that. But I don't want to jump any step. So now, um I don't need to start thinking, do I use one finger here and plug this twice, or do I use the two simultaneously? Because you have already mastered how to play, so you don't need to be thinking of how to play, but you need to just think of playing. You just want to play, and you play freely without stress. So now let's go straight up into exercising our fretting fingers, which is our left hand for the right-handed bassist, and for the left-handed bassist that will be your right hand. So now we are going to do something speedily. Now, stay with me. As I said earlier, we are going to be exercising our fretting fingers. Now, these fingers are our fretting fingers. Now, first of all, before we even go into that, how do you position your hand on the fretboard when you want to play? How do you position your fingers on the fretboard? Because I see a lot of people um, struggling when they are playing. Maybe the way you position your fingers, it stresses you, and when you have not even played for a long time, you are stressed out already. Now, this is one of the importance of this particular lesson, so stay with me. Now, first of all, the same exercise we did for our plugging fingers, let us do it for our fretting fingers. Now, stretch your hand straight, straight, then bend it and free your fingers. Let it just be your fingers moving. Don't move your arm, don't move your arm like this, but let your hands be straight, and let your fingers be doing the movement. Okay, now, as I was saying, we are looking at exercising these fingers. So this exercise I've just shown you, make sure that you keep doing it till you feel that your fingers are free. You can freely move your fingers without moving your arm. Then, now there's one thing you need to notice. Look at my fingers now, and look at your own fingers. They are not of the same length. Definitely, you can see it. Each of them have different lengths. So that is a very big challenge when it comes to playing on the bass guitar. Yes, that's a very big challenge. So how do we do away with that stress, because you are playing on a straight string. Yes, you are playing on a straight string with unequal fingers. So it's as if you now have to be stretching this one more. If I want to play, you have to stretch this one more. This one will easily get there, and even you can look at the height of my middle finger, how it has exceeded the last string. But the last finger, I have to stretch it before it gets to that level. So how do you do away with that challenge? Now, the positioning of your fingers on the fretboard is very important. First of all, your thumb, yes, for the basic plucking method, your thumb should go across your fretboard from behind. You can see my thumb behind the fretboard. Now let your thumb be there behind the fretboard. Don't take it too low. Don't take it too low. Let it be behind the fretboard. As you can see this my thumb behind the fretboard, so that it can give a kind of support to my, yes, let it rest at the back. Then your remaining fingers now free. Now do this exercise with me, with your hand at the back of your fingerboard. Just winkle your fingers. Now place your fingers on different frets, consecutive frets, the four of them. Now you see how difficult it is to put those fingers equally, because you have to overstretch one, you have to put one in a normal position, and you see that it's strenuous. Just try it for a minute and see how it is stressful, especially with my thumbs out. But then try putting your thumbs at the back of your bass and do this. You see that your thumb has already given you a relief, a bit of relief, as you have put it behind your fretboard. It has reduced the stress on these fingers. So now we're going to be working on exercising these four fingers now. How do we exercise these four fingers? Now we're going to use a chromatic scale, what we call a chromatic scale, to exercise our four fingers. And at the same time, since we have learned how to exercise our plugging fingers, we're also going to be exercising our plugging fingers simultaneously as we also exercise the fretting fingers. So now go to the third fret on the first string. You can see where my hand is, the first string, the third fret. That's the first dot on the guitar. Now pick the first four strings, the first four frets rather. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can see the four of them. So what I want you to do is this. We're going to do an exercise. So we're going to be playing a chromatic scale. What is a chromatic scale? A chromatic scale is just a scale that groups consecutive notes together, just notes that differ by just a semitone. You might be wondering what a semitone is. Now this is what a semitone is. On a bass guitar, it's very simple. A semitone is just when there is no space between two notes. So if I'm on this note here, you can see this is my B flat. So if I'm on this note and I move to the next note, that is just a semitone because there was no space between the two notes. If I move to the next note, it's another semitone, another semitone. But if I move from this note now and jump to this one, that's a full tone because there was a space between. So a semitone is just moving from one note to the next note. If I move from B to C, that is a semitone. If I move from C to C sharp, that is a semitone. Now I'm going to explain the notes, how we relate the notes to our fretboard on the next video. So make sure you are there, make sure you are subscribed and you have clicked on the notification button so you will be aware. Now back to what we are doing. So we are going to be playing a chromatic scale. Now look at what I'm doing. This finger, the first finger here, that's my index, 1, then the next finger, 2, 3, 4. So you can see what I'm doing. So we're going to be doing an exercise. So I just want you to maintain that spot and try what I'm doing. So you can try it very slow. I know that at this beginner stage, a lot of you might be having issue with pressing the fretboard and then creating a very solid sound from it. Yes, I also experienced that at my beginning stage, where you be trying to press it, but the sound is not coming out, or it will give you a buzzy sound like this. Yes, I understand it's very strenuous, but more of exercising your fingers and understanding the right way to do it will definitely help you boost your performance on striking the strings. Now, you don't have to plug it too hard, and at the same time, you don't have to over press it so that you don't get injured. Yes, you don't have to press your fingers on the strings too much, and then at the same time, make sure that your fingers press the string well to the board, that you can feel the board on your fingers, but don't press it with too much force. If not, if you play like that, you get injured with time. You can see what I'm doing. And then the way I strike it, don't use force. You can hear the buzzy sound when I use force, but when you strike it smoothly, so you see how it is. So make sure you master that before you try this exercise. Just place your hand on one of the boards. Remember when we did the plucking exercise? Yes, we just used a single note. So plug it consecutively till you see that it is sounding right. Keep trying it every day till you are sure that you have gotten the right sound, and you are sure that whenever you do it, you just get it without a mistake. Then let's continue with our chromatic scale that I said we're going to be using to exercise our fretting fingers. So what I've just done is that I rearranged the exercise. Instead of just doing it forward, 1, 2, 3, 4, what I'm doing is I'm going from the back now. So let's do this together. Let's try it just 4 times. So if you have just done that and you're able to get it, congratulations. If you're unable to get it, I understand. It's not that easy at first, but the more you practice, I promise you that you're going to get there. So keep practicing. Now, we'll be ending this video here. In the next video, we are going to be looking at more exercises we can do to exercise both the fretting hands and the plugging hands together. And I hope to see you on the next video. Make sure that you are subscribed and you have clicked on the notification button so that once I drop that video, you will be there, because this is a very important aspect. We are going to be modifying this exercise we have just done in the next video. I don't want this video to be too long so that you can have enough time to consume this before we move to the next step. We don't need to rush. Yes, you don't need to rush. Make sure that you are going step by step, and I wish you the best in the coming